of now.
All I'm doing is looking at Chris's face.
I'll just be in charge of chat for you, is alright?
How's it going, guys? How's it going, guys? Welcome to the first ever.
Hello, guys. Welcome to the first ever.
Welcome to the first ever HFD AFL Podcast. Today, we got a big show, guys. But before we start, make sure you like, share, subscribe. Johnny, why are you laughing?
Are we actually live now?
Yes.
Why are you laughing for?
You're just that sparkle in your eye.
He's got a good.
He's
got that. It's not those lights. They're very.
Is it lights or just his charisma
I think
showing?
it's just it's his charisma. They got him sparkling.
My charisma, man. That's what happens. That's what happens when you know. But look, brand new show, guys. I'm excited about tonight. Big AFL season coming. Are you guys looking forward to it?
I'm pumped.
Yes.
As you can see, the Crows will win the flag.
Oh. All right. So we might as well let the audience know who we all go for, right? Before we start.
You go for an SANFL team. Me and John go for the Crows.
Crows, a Crows team that was made in a court case.
Can we
in the courtroom?
Can we just put it out there? Anyway, we just put it out there that you were a Crows fan before Port come into the league.
Do you know what? That's when I found that out. That is one of the most terrible things I've ever heard. That's terrible. Have you ever supported the Crows in your life? Tell the truth. Be honest. I want you to be honest.
Yeah, I wasn't.
It's true, man. I'm telling you.
That's terrible, Chris. That's bad.
I can't say that.
That's like me and John saying, "Yeah, we supported Liverpool. Now we support Man United."
No, but I just went for them when they were in the grand final. But I was a kid, man. I didn't know what I was doing.
I think we should just stop now.
Then I found out about history, and
really, he was 20 years old, not a kid.
Yeah, I know. So, what's going on, lads? Are we talking about the first game's grand final rematch, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, we're going to go through the games and then talk about the teams as well, like what those teams have brought into the club and how they've improved or how they're not.
Before you start, I'll read you a few chats, man. So Team Adelaide says, "Remember this, boys and girls. Port would not make the finals this year, so he's had a prediction. Bang.
Not make the top 8.
He says they're not going to make the finals, so I don't know about that." And Zakal says,
"That's a big."
Zakal says, "Hi, Johnny, KP, and Chris. How are you? And go the Sydney Swans for the 2022 AFL season."
You know what? That's not a far out shout as it could. You know what I mean? That's not bad.
Who, Zakal? Zakal's or Team Adelaide's?
No, Team Adelaide. That's bold.
Now, but Zakal is a Sydney fan, so he's got to go for him, isn't
he? Yeah.
Sydney got a good team, man. The youngsters are really good. So
definitely.
They'll be. I reckon they can make.
If Franklin stays fit and they keep their young team in, that I reckon I agree.
Yeah. Yeah, no, they got some good players.
Well, the season kicks off with a big game with grand final replay: Bulldogs and Melbourne. Have they did some trades over the season, off season, some ins and outs?
They did, mate. They got in Melbourne Demons. Luke Dunstan from St Kilda.
Oh, he's a ball getter.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, he is a ball getter. That's all they got, really. Like, as in a trade. Yeah. So, and then they had pick 33. Where's my picks? I had it here before. So they had pick 33, pick 45, and a few first rounders. So with 33,
so they didn't have the best draft picks, obviously.
Nah, Michato Owens, whoever that is. Oh no, hold on, that's at 33 here. Yeah, I don't know who that is. So, but the actual list I got here could be out because you know how in draft picks they move father son, so it could be wrong. So
well, I can tell you what it is on their website. The Dogs lost 2 players, Patrick Lipinski to Collingwood and Lewis Young to Carlton, while bringing in Tim O'Brien as a free agent from Hawthorn to Phil Young's departure. Yeah, O'Brien will be touch and go for the lineup. And Vandermeer and Anthony.
I mean, O'Brien was touted to be. Yeah.
Yeah, well, they brought him in from Hawthorn to fill Lewis Young going to Carlton. So.
Actually, Melbourne actually picked up a guy called Jacob Van Rooyen.
Yeah,
youngster.
Youngster. Pick 19. What else did they pick up? So they also picked up. There's not much else after that, really. Blake Howes at 39.
I don't reckon they'll probably debut any young players with the team they got.
No, they won't. And Taj Woewodin. You remember Woewodin?
Is that his son?
There you go.
Yeah, so that must be a father.
The worst Brownlow medal winner in history. You heard it here first. Yep.
You reckon?
What do you mean, man? Right. Andrew McLeod got 36 touches against Fremantle, didn't get a vote, and then lost. Then lost by 1 point to Woewodin. Terrible.
Yeah,
that's
rigged. It's terrible.
Well, with Melbourne guys, like they've lost Nathan Jones.
He's retired, isn't he? Retired.
He was.
We and Aaron Vanderberg. So they've lost those two players.
Yeah.
Older players. I mean, and that Luke Dunstan kind of is a replacement for like the Nathan Jones kind of.
I'm not sure. Did Nathan Jones even play in the grand final?
But they got what's his name back, don't they? From the Crows, back from ACL. Is it Lever? He didn't play much.
Lever. Yes, he did. He played last year.
Yeah, he played a bit last year.
Yeah, the year before he didn't. So
he started getting into some form last year too.
I don't think you can fault this team. I think they're pretty good all around. Like they got Petrarca, Oliver.
Well, both teams lost their Community Cup game in the trial, so I don't know how much you want to look into that one. I think Bulldogs lost to Brisbane, and Carlton ended up beating the Demons.
Pre-season.
I can tell you. Yeah, but if there's a premiership hangover, I've seen that happen before too. So
yes.
Happened with the Hawks in 2009. So
yeah, but I don't think you can compare that because I think the 08 Hawks team probably shouldn't. They weren't like the team that won it 3 in a row like years later. They probably shouldn't even have won the flag. Whereas Melbourne were probably the best team last year. That's the difference in comparing. I think anyway.
Yeah. Oh, look, you can't really fault their team though. They got down back. They've got May, Lever, and a few others. Can't remember the other guy's name.
I got their lineup here. Predicted lineup. Rivers, Salem,
Lever,
halfback.
Yep. Salem.
And Langdon, Petrarca, Brayshaw in the centre.
Yeah, Brayshaw. I mean, look at that list, man. That midfield is elite. So
they've got probably one of the best ruckmans in the league, and a couple of best midfielders.
Do you reckon Gawn's slowing down though?
I don't know.
They won the
pretty
flag,
good, man. I don't think he's that. I don't think he's that old.
Yeah, but do you reckon that like this year he could slow down?
Well, they got that Jackson guy to help him in the ruck, so I believe you'll probably see him get a lot of forward time because he can kick goals.
Yeah. So
I think he might rest a lot more in the forward line this year, but he'll still be effective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then up forward they've got McDonald. Who else they got?
Who's the big forward? Pickett, Brown, and Bullen is their predicted.
Ben Brown.
Ben Brown's
and McDonald, Frick, and Harms.
Yeah, they all chip in goals. That Fridge guy, he always seems to get a couple goals every match.
And then followers.
They've even got
you're laughing.
Yeah, of course. And they got Wiedemann as well, guys. So
Petrarca runs up forward too.
Wiedemann hasn't played a game for a while, so he signed a contract.
He's been left out of the 26-man squad, it said, for this week, but he's there.
Yeah, he's there.
In saying that, I reckon they come up against a better midfield in the Bulldogs. I think the Bulldogs have a better midfield.
Yeah, it's close. I don't know, man. Very close.
Well,
it's close.
You got the Bont in there. You got McRae. You've got Treloar. You've got you got Hunter. You got what's his name, Liberatore, who's a
And
gun.
even their ruckman Martin is pretty good too.
Yeah, and they got English as well as the two ruckmen. So they got two
And
solid
Lockie Hunter,
ruckmen
did
in
we
that
say
team.
Lockie Hunter? He's there. He's good.
Yeah.
All right, so the Bulldogs, they picked up Tim O'Brien from Hawthorn.
Well, Tim O'Brien was tipped to be a good player for Hawthorn at one stage. He took the 23 shirt off Franklin, I believe.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, but it didn't really quite work out from him at Hawthorn. There you go.
Yeah, so, and didn't they get that number 1 pick last year? He's a good player.
They did. The Crows
were
supposed to get it, and he went to Bulldogs. So I don't know what happened there, how that happened, but
and then
we got Phil Thorpe instead, I think.
He's a good pick though. Phil Thorpe is a good pick. But the draft picks they had was 23, 43, 44, 45, 52, and 93. I don't think they did too much in the draft, guys, but I can tell you who they got.
It's another one of those teams where you won't probably see too many youngsters debuting in round 1 in their teams.
No, they had no one in the top 10 at all.
But they got both teams are pretty settled teams at the moment. Both will be in or out the finals time.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah, they didn't get much in the draft really. So just trying to have a look here.
We doing a weekly tip on these. Like we're gonna give our tip for each game.
I reckon we are.
We got to give a tip. We got to give a tip for each game.
We're doing a tip.
Wait, guys, before we do that,
Chris, that
Sam
cross
Darcy,
on your forehead is the best.
Oh yes, Sam Darcy.
They got him number 2.
Yeah, they reckon
he will play.
So Sam Darcy was picked 2, and they actually matched GWS's bid on that one. So
they've done that 2 years in a row now.
One and that one.
Yeah, so you could tell they're recruiting well, and they're up near the top of the ladder, which is cool. You know what I mean? So some teams don't have that luxury.
Well, I think they know they've got to do it because when they won the flag last time, they went to shit the next year. So they know they have to recruit well to stay relevant, so to speak.
Yeah. And have you guys? I haven't watched the pre-season form of them.
There hasn't been much to go on. It's just been like that one community game, and they've had a few scrap matches here and there. You know.
Yeah. You know who I love in Bulldogs? Alex Keith.
Are you just paying us out?
Oh, you're just saying that because he's ex. You're just saying as an ex-Crow.
That's why I love him.
2 ex-Crow. We make good backmen and then we just
Crows,
get rid of them.
We make good players and just get rid of them. That's what we do. Nah.
Yeah, we can't hold on to anyone at our club. So.
What do you expect when you're a boys' club?
So who are we tipping, boys?
I'll let you go first.
Oh, look, you know, I can't go past Melbourne, guys. I mean, you know, I'm probably going to regret picking Melbourne because they're probably on a premiership hangover. But I just think the likes of Petrarca, Oliver, and you know, just their back line is too strong, and I think their leg speed's too quick for Melbourne as well. For Bulldogs. So I reckon we're going to see like another grand final repeat. Kind of
fair enough.
I'm going to go the other way. I reckon Bulldogs win.
Yeah.
I just reckon Bulldogs win. I don't know why.
I'm going to have to agree with KP because I think round 1 is always known as the upset round, and Melbourne are favourites, and they will have, I reckon, a grand final hangover. And I think Bulldogs will be up for some revenge here, and they'd get the 4 points.
I actually agree with John. I do agree their midfield's better.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm looking at it on paper, and it just looks like, to me, Melbourne's got the better midfield, but I don't know.
I think Bulldogs edge it because if you go man to man, like Bontempelli cancels out Oliver, McRae cancels out Petrarca, Liberatore cancels out Viney, and then you got outside wingers with Treloar and all that.
We didn't even mention.
Yeah, but they got. Treloar as well. Yes, Treloar. Yeah, you're right. But I mean, what happened on grand final?
It's not.
They got stopped.
It's like going back to 2017. Crows were top of the ladder, grand final day, they got smacked by Richmond, didn't they? It's
true.
Exactly.
Yeah, whoever's
It's
best
not,
on the
it doesn't
day that
come
day,
down
you
to
know what I
anything,
mean?
It's just,
Yeah.
whoever's...
Yeah, no, I reckon, yeah.
So
Now,
one Melbourne, two Bulldogs for that game.
Yeah, one Melbourne, two Bulldogs.
Before we go to
I'm
the
happy
next
with that.
game, Zakal says next time do an NRL podcast. I don't think we know enough about it to do that, Zakal. And he also says, Johnny, are you happy with Man United's win on Sunday? He's asking you about soccer.
I'm very happy.
He asked me to ask you last night, and I said, I don't know, John's not here. And Bridget
Viva
Higgins
Ronaldo
says, hello, Bridget. Please remember to like, share, comment, subscribe.
Hey, Bridget, how you going?
Yeah, we can go to the next one.
All right.
We got Richmond and Carlton next up on the Friday night. Both teams won their preseason game, and Richmond actually looked really good in their preseason game. And Carlton knocked off Melbourne.
All right, let me just get my Richmond paperwork out.
So Carlton's actually recruited well, I believe.
They're actually saying this year Richmond's best 22 looks very similar to their premiership team of 2020.
Oh, don't tell me that.
Is Martin back fit? That's another.
Well, they're saying
Robbie
Tarrant comes in for Adspree, who retired. Daniel Rioli has switched to cover Bashahuli. Like there's,
Hooley retired, didn't he? Yeah.
Well, Robbie Tarrant. Yeah, you said Robbie Tarrant, but who was the out? So they didn't get not many big outs for him. Just
they're saying
Maibel Chol went to Gold Coast.
Saying about Dustin Martin, but they're saying he's looking odds to play.
Yeah.
They didn't lose too much, though. And they had pick 7 in the draft, which is pretty high.
Well, Martin played in the game against Hawthorn, which they won, and he got 26 touches in that game. So that's a pretty good tally for Martin. He was probably playing half forward.
They got pick 9 as well, Josh.
Apparently he's good. Isn't he meant to be good?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he had a pretty good opening game as well, with 13 touches.
He's in my
he's in my super coach. He's in everyone's super
yes,
coach.
He is. And any of the chat interested in joining our Super Coach League, let us know and we'll send you the code. Richmond, that could come up, guys. I mean,
listen, if their team is similar to their premiership winning team, they're going to worry a lot of teams. That's all you got to say. Even if they're a bit older, they're still going to worry teams.
Cochin's a lot older now.
Is who?
I think he's retired.
Is Rewalt still?
Rewalt's going around again.
Rewalt's still going.
But they got Lynch. Lynch might have a better year this year, I reckon.
Well, they spent a lot of money bringing him in.
A bit more of age this year.
He could be the best forward in the league if he
even
really
blokes like
wanted
Jonathan Brown and that was saying that. They go, if he wanted to, he'd be the best forward. Like.
Yeah, he just hasn't got he's got the potential, but he just hasn't got there really sometimes. To be the. He could have got Lance Franklin level, but 100%. He's never has. So.
I'll tell you what, guys. The best player on Richmond's list, apart from Dusty, would have to be Shai Bolton. So
yeah, he had a good season last year.
If he's up and firing with Dusty, watch out. That's what I can say.
He's electric for sure.
Yeah, and apparently they're going to bring out. I reckon the breakout player is going to be Jack Ross. Have you heard of him?
Oh yeah.
Well, they got Robbie Tarrant too. Player. So
yeah,
he'll do it.
Yeah, Robbie Tarrant, another one. So.
Yeah. But they got some decent players. They've got a pretty good half backman in Short as well. Look, I'm tipping Richmond to be out of the 8 this year, but I'm not sure about this game. But
I don't know. I reckon they're gonna blitz. I reckon they're gonna be in the 8.
You reckon? We'll get to that at the end of the show anyway. But
I reckon they'll be in the 8. But who you got in the fantasy, Johnny? Anyone?
I've got Giptis from Richmond in my team. And do I have Short? I'm not sure if I got Short. I think I may have Short in my squad.
There's a guy called Hugo Ralph.
Jimmy's in the chat. He says hello. He says Richmond to win, and he says, "Did you boys tip Melbourne?"
Nah, 2 Bulldogs and 1 Melbourne.
Yeah.
Well, on the other side of the coin, Carlton have actually recruited very well, I think.
Carlton have, man. I mean, they recruited really well. They got some killer players. Like they got
Patrick and Cripps has had a great preseason.
Well, he
apparently
needs to because he was so underwhelming last year. It's like he lost. He's
been
like he
pretty
lost
average.
the yard of pace, and he's like 25, which sounds ridiculous. Yeah.
For the last 2 seasons,
weird.
he's been pretty bad.
I think he put on too much weight. I reckon he put on
too
much
Hewitt,
weight.
I believe. They got Hewitt and Sarah as the 2 big ins, I think.
Yeah, Hewitt and Sarah.
Hewitt and Sarah, which are 2 good players.
Oh,
really
great players. Great players. And they got Lewis. They got Lewis Young.
And Kerno is a good player too.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, that's right. And Charlie.
Kerno.
Yeah, that's what
Charlie
I'm saying.
Kerno, has come back. Yeah.
Sam Walsh actually has an injury, so he's going to be out for the first 4 to 5 weeks.
That's a big out.
Yeah, I know. So it's a big out. So you're going to get
their best player.
Yeah.
That's their best player.
So, but like Adam Kera and all those kind of players, George Hewitt, they could fill the role in the midfield. You know what I mean? If they,
Paddy Cripps had 4 goals and 30 touches against Melbourne in the pre-game.
Yeah. So
from midfield, so that's not bad.
But Cripps has to have a big year. His time is now. Cripps' time is now, and
it sounds funny saying that about him. His time is now, like because he's been so bad for 2 years. It's weird.
It's not like he's been bad.
For his standard, I think he's been bad.
Yeah,
and I think they've rediscovered, McGovern, the ex-Crow, the forward that's gone there. I think they've moved him to half-back now as that,
his brother
changed role.
He's a half-back and he's a champion.
So I think they're moving him to half-back, and he's had a great pre-season apparently. So he will probably give him help down back there.
Another guy that I reckon has to do well is Paddy Dow. He's a top 3 pick from, I think, the 2017 draft. So, he
was in a lot of Supercoach's team last year and underwhelmed a lot of people.
Yeah, well, he has to step up now that Sam Walsh is not there.
They've got some speed as well, with Saad as well on the wings. And Newman.
Can you
this is going to be a tight game, Carlton Richmond boys. I don't know which way I'm swaying on this one. Look, I might go Carlton for this one. Just because I think Richmond have got holes in their team. I feel Richmond still got a good squad, and I'll probably be wrong on this tip, but I think Carlton just in this game. I reckon it'll be tight, real tight.
Big man.
Wow.
Go on the Blues. Go on the Blues.
When's the last time that Carlton won a round 1 match? I can't even remember.
I don't remember last time Carlton won a match.
But they've been average for they've been bad for like 20 years.
They've been bad since they won the flag in '95.
They're constantly rebuilding.
They made the grand final in '99. Remember that?
No, they didn't.
Carlton. Yes, they did. Made the grand final
against
in 1999. They beat Essendon.
Really?
They beat North Melbourne. They got beat.
North Melbourne beat Essendon in '99, and then Brisbane played 3 grand finals. No. It wasn't. Carlton have not been to grand final since they won it in '95.
We're very knowledgeable here.
KC, look it up.
Okay.
KC, look it up.
I don't know who to believe here because I'm not sure which right here.
I'm telling you, Carlton played in the grand final in '99, and they beat Essendon by 1 point in the prelim. I know these things, mate.
I know Essendon were very good around that time.
I remember.
So you reckon that Carlton made the grand final '99? 99. What? Where are we? 99. North Melbourne, Carlton, 99 grand final.
Oh, wow. There you go.
Nah, Essendon lost 2000 to Brisbane.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Anyway, I'm going to go, because I'm thinking that they haven't won a round one match in so long, it has to happen. You know what I mean? And
it's the round of the upsets, really.
Going by the form of Carlton and going by their preseason form, I'm going to go Carlton for the win, but in the close one.
I'm tipping Carlton too. I just think Richmond, you can only go. How many premierships did they win back to back?
They didn't win 3 in a row. They won
They made another.
Two,
yeah,
then
so
another
they've won
one the
3
year
out
after.
of 4 grand finals, and their team is eerily similar to a 2020 team. You can only count on those players for so long because the body catches up with everyone. I think Carlton run them off the ground. I actually don't think it's a close one. I reckon Carlton do them.
Okay. Well, Carlton have got some good players and they actually played really well against
more
Melbourne.
Comfortably than I don't think it'll be close. It'll be. I think they'll win. The only thing that makes it close is because it's round one. Fitness catches up with everyone by about 3/4 time. That's the only thing that I think will make it close. But I think Carlton do them.
Well, $2.90 Carlton are paying for the win, so it's not bad.
I'm not saying
boys.
I'm knowledgeable, but I'm just saying.
All right, we've got the next game. We've got the Saints and the Maggies. Friday night. I don't know who to pick in this one, please.
Saints and Magpies.
St Kilda didn't do it. Saints didn't do too.
The only game I hate more than this Port and Magpies.
Saints always promise the world and
they
deliver,
promise the world.
really.
They give you an atlas.
Dude. They didn't get any in the trade. They didn't get anyone.
And didn't they lose
got a few picks.
Dunstan, you said?
I really only rate a couple of their players, I really rate Jack Steele and I really rate their ruckman Marshall. Yeah, I don't really rate any of their forward line.
They got pick 11, Malira.
Yeah, Wangani Malira. I saw that. He's meant to be good. Well, Paddy Ryder.
He played in the break.
He was a good player. He was
Paddy Ryder's still there, yeah.
He's a bit done now.
Howard
was a good player, wasn't he? Dougal Howard. He's meant to be not bad.
Dougal Howard. Yeah, he was alright. He's a Port player. Yeah, Jack. I mean, as Johnny G was saying, Jack Steele is a champion.
Hanbury's over the hill, isn't he? He's a bit.
Yeah.
He's on the block. He's on the chopping block.
They got Brad Crouch.
Yeah,
Brad Crouch. I mean, he's a name, but.
Big ball getter, but doesn't hurt you.
I didn't even care when he left the Crows.
Jack Billings is another one that's not a bad player, but just needs more. You know what I mean?
He's been playing in the forward line lately to help him out down there. Yeah. That's how much they need help. You know, they haven't got. To me, they haven't really got a balanced squad.
And Gresham's all right.
Yeah, he just got back from injury, I think. Is that?
Yeah, so he's coming back in as well, and
they lost Luke Dunstan. Yeah. The loss of Dunstan to that's a big loss.
Yeah, there's a youngster called Cooper Sharman. Played in the preseason. He scored 10 goals in the last 4 games of last year. And he had a very good preseason. So he's a mature age rookie.
They got that Max King bloke up forward, don't they? He's pretty good.
But the thing about him is, who you look at their team, like you're saying, do they kick? How often do they kick 100 points to win a game? I don't think they do. They don't look. They just. I don't know.
I think both of these teams are struggling of late.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They always say in football, first team to kick 100 points usually wins a game. I don't even see them ever doing it because their team doesn't look.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Gifted. Your friend Yui Marinelli says, "What's up, legends?"
Hey, Yui.
Zach Howell says, "Essendon and Carlton have won the most VFL AFL premierships. Do you think either one of them will win the flag this year?" No, I don't think so either.
If Essendon can win a final, since 2004. If they can win one,
Yui says, what do we think about Carlton this year? Blue boys this year? Well, we've all tipped them for this round.
They could be. We'll talk about the top 8 later on, but they could be a smoky.
We've all tipped them for this round anyway.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Who's St Kilda playing?
Collingwood, the Magpies.
Oh, Collingwood, the 17th placed cellar dwellers, eh?
Well, Collingwood got smashed by GWS in the preseason game by 41 points, and St Kilda knocked off the Bombers in the preseason game.
Yeah. Well, they've got a new coach, so I don't know if that's going to help.
Well, Collingwood got that the second Dacos brother to come in.
Apparently, he's better. They reckon he's going to be better than the other one.
He is in everyone's super coach team, I believe.
I've heard Nick Orr is going to be better than Josh.
Well, he got 31 touches in his first sort of game against GWS, and probably their best player.
Nick is going to be a bit closer to the dad than the other one is. I've heard. That's what I've heard. So there might be a return of the Macedonian marble. You never know.
I mean, they need help in the midfield. You got Penderbury and Side Bottom who are getting really old now.
They got DeGoey,
DeGoey.
They got a good ruckman.
Taylor Adams and Cripps.
They got in Lipinski and Matthew Kruger from Geelong and Western Bulldogs, so they're not bad picks. Lipinski's not too bad. So, and they got, obviously, as you said, Nick Dacos at pick 4. So, and that was a father-son bid. So,
listen, if he can be, I don't know how many people remember him. I don't know how many people can remember him. If he could be half as good as his dad, he'll be a champion. So,
well, I think Collingwood are going to be playing a lot of youngsters this year. So they're in that sort of rebuilding stage, I believe, as well, which Saints are trying to make that top 8.
Yeah, I think. Look, with this one, are we doing the picks? I don't know. Collingwood, I just think they're more of in a rebuild. They're going to take time.
Well, KP hasn't gone first yet. We'll let him go first.
I want to tip the Saints, but actually looking at their teams, I actually think Collingwood's team, like you're saying, looks more balanced. But I don't think they'll win. I think Saints will win. But I actually think Collingwood's team looks better. But I just think because they're going to play youngsters and that, I think Saints will win this for round 1.
Yeah, Saints for the round this game. Chris, what do you think?
I reckon.
It's Marvel Stadium, boys.
I reckon it does. I think it does with Collingwood. And especially Saints. Saints probably play better there.
Does. I reckon I'm going to see an upset here. I reckon Collingwood are going to come out and play for their coach. I reckon Nick Dacos is going to
Who's their coach again? Fresh from memory?
Craig Moore. Craig McRae.
Okay.
You know
I won't pretend I know who he is.
Sounds like Ralph Rangnick.
And Justin Leppish is there as well. So
it's like when we got
Matthew. So we got Matty Nix, and everyone was going, "Oh, he's great," and I was like, "Who is this? I've never heard of him in my life." Oh, he played for Sydney. Yeah, he must have been shit because I don't remember him.
So who you picking? You picking the Collingwood, Chris? Is that right?
I think so because look, they're going to be playing for their new coach, and also Justin Leppish is there. I reckon Nick Dacos is going to star in that match and get the.
What's Justin Leppish going to do? Bench press them to victory?
Yeah, I reckon. But I reckon. I don't think Collingwood's going to be like a finals team. I reckon they're going to be a bottom 6 club. But I reckon their first few weeks in the season they're going to really come out firing, and then you're going to see a decline later on. But I reckon they beat St Kilda. I reckon by about a couple of goals. I reckon Nick Dacos is going to show it up, and yeah, I mean they look in the future. I think Collingwood has got a good future ahead of it. But it's going to be a few years, you know what I mean?
They're the biggest club in the AFL, if you hate it or not.
They are, and they've got some good players, man. There's some still good players in there. You know, the goal is still good, but he's under the pump as well. You know, he's gonna I don't know if it's make or break for him, but he's definitely under the pump. There's another guy that I'm interested in seeing is Isaac Quainon. Have you heard of him? He's a Collingwood player. Apparently, he breaks the lines and.
I love how they're the biggest club in the AFL, but in conjunction with being the lamest club in the AFL.
It's always the most hated club is the biggest club.
I hate Port Moore, and they're not big. They don't even have fans. They got tarps.
I think getting rid of Eddie was a good idea, but I don't know.
But that's what I was going to say. Listen, I don't always agree with what he does, but was it a good idea? He loves the club. Like, he's a fan. What's wrong with having a fan in charge? He loves them. You know, you might not agree with what he does, but someone might come in and not treat them as good as he treated them.
Yeah.
It's like I would always want a fan in charge of a club than someone that's not a fan.
True. No, I like Eddie.
I'm gonna tip the Saints in this one, just because I think Collingwood have got this rebuilding stage, and I think there's a lot of holes in their club, and they haven't had the best, preseason game. And I think Saints really have to win this game because they're promised, they've been promising to be the next, top 8 team, get in there, and they've got more to lose. Saints, I think they're going to get up for this one.
Longer than all 3 of our lives put together.
Yeah, they'll be desperate. I think the Saints will be desperate in this one, and they'll get up.
Well, if they lose, Radden is like on the chopping block for the first.
I think they're desperate measures. They will get the Saints. So.
You wouldn't want to have. You wouldn't want.
Could you imagine a coach got the sack after round 1? That'd be next level. Like they'd have to get done by like 150 points or something.
Yeah, and you got to remember, Collingwood finished 17th, so. It'd be a pretty big loss if they were to lose, but.
Well, the next game at the MCG is a pretty big one. We've got the Geelong Cats versus the Essendon Bombers at the MCG.
I had some write-up about Geelong. Let's have a look. Geelong, man, look, I'm going to tell you, they're an aging list, man. I reckon they've had the oldest list for 2 years now. I'm not sure if they've taken out a few of their heads now and replaced.
Wait, they still got that wouldn't surprise me. Matty Scarlett comes out of retirement. That's how old their list is.
Who's Geelong playing?
Give credit to Geelong though. They've been up there for a long time, around abouts. They've always keep sort of being in the finals. So it's
before you
pretty good.
Before you keep going, boys. Chandy says hello.
I'll go.
And
Chandy
says, have any of you played the AFL games on PS4? I have not.
I used to play the AFL game a while ago. It gets
out of bounds on the full.
It just gets old. It gets old quick. That's all. It's fun at the beginning.
They're not good because they're developed in Australia. That's what it is. They always say that because they're developed by a company here. They don't have the money to make it good. And Bridget Higgins says, "Go Geelong."
What about the Cats? Go Geelong. Well, who have Geelong brought in? Are there any trades? Anyone out? Big needs or what?
They brought in Jonathan Stegler, the ruckman from Hawthorn. You know what they lost? I can't believe they got rid of this guy, Jordan Clark. I mean,
he actually had a good year.
He did, man, and he went back to Freo.
Yeah.
Darcy Fort went to Brisbane, and then Nathan Kruger went to Collingwood. So, but they did get a
any retirees from Geelong? Or
they've still got Higgins. They've still got Dalehouse. They're veterans. They still got Selwood, Isaac Smith. I mean, they're all. Hawkins is getting old now, isn't he?
These guys are all in their mid-30s.
Dangerfield, how old Dangerfield now?
Yeah.
Oh, he's getting older. 30.
30?
Smith,
31?
like I said, is mid-30s. Selwood's older. Reece Stanley would even be getting a bit older, wouldn't he? Guthrie getting a bit. I'm not sure. He's getting old too, wouldn't he?
Yeah, he's definitely.
Hawkins has got to be over 30.
Yeah, I reckon their best player they've got is Tom Stewart. That's their best player in defence.
Well, Geelong got done by the Gold Coast in their preseason game.
Duncan's getting old.
And Essendon got done by Saints.
Duncan, they're old, man, and it's their last chance, man.
They're not
good.
They can't win the flag. Nah.
I don't think so, but
no. They went gun ho with all these trades the last 2 years, hoping they'd get it for Dangerfield to build around Dangerfield.
When they got Dangerfield from the Crows, they went gung ho and they didn't get it. It's done. It's like Carlton with Chris Judd. That's what it is. Same thing.
Yeah. The thing is, when they're on, like if you get the ball to Cameron and to Hawkins, they're pretty hard to stop.
Oh, listen, they got Cameron is younger. They got one of the best forwards in the game, but the game isn't based around full forwards anymore. If it was like 25 years ago, okay, kick the ball long and kick it to him, but it's not that anymore. It's about your midfield mostly, and their midfield is aging.
It is, and I think I don't know that they could miss the finals. We just don't know, but depends how much.
I'm actually surprised Geelong are favourites here too, boys.
So who are they facing?
They're facing the Essendon.
Oh, Essendon. See, I like Essendon, but they've lost Tip and Woody.
But Essendon are a very quick team, you know what I mean? Like, I think they're going to be too quick. Yeah, I'm telling you now, they're aging squad.
Ooh,
what happened with Tip? What happened with Tip and Woody?
This might.
He's
injured. He's got an injury, so he's out. He's out for like half the season, I think.
I mean, Cam Guthries even turning 30 this year.
That's yeah.
Yeah.
Tui, their backman's 32 as well.
Yeah, but he's a gun.
I know, but like, even is Kolodjasny even getting a bit older, isn't he? Like that's.
Yeah, they're all old, man. They're all older.
Blicksav, how old's Blicksav's now?
Like
Blicksav, he is.
There you go. So
he's
that's
30.
In their team, I don't see anyone that's under 27.
Majority of their team
Jeremy
are
Cameron.
30.
What's he, about 26, 27 now? Besides that, I don't see anyone under.
Well, they got Radagilier, who's 23.
But not many.
They got some.
Is young.
I think is.
But look at the centres: Mitch Duncan, Joel Selwood, Isaac Smith, Patrick Dangerfield, Guthrie, Stanley. They're all over 30 or over. I mean, I'm not dismissing Dangerfield and that. Like, he's still a good player, but.
They got this Sam Denowing, who I think is a good super coach player. If you guys are going to pick up.
Where are they playing? Is it at Marvel?
MCG, so it's not. It's a sort of a neutral sort of thing.
I reckon that's bad.
Let's talk about Essendon.
No, well, let's talk about Essendon. Who have they brought in? Anyone notable? Or?
Yeah, well, they brought in someone that you guys know very well.
Thanks, man.
His name is Jake Kelly.
Yeah, I think Jake Kelly's a big loss for the Crows. I really like Kelly.
We always lose these. We lost Phil Davis. We lost Jake Kelly, Lever. Like, what is Dodege going to go this year too? Like, what's going on?
You can even go back as far as Nathan Bock as another backman.
But it's true though. We lost in that year. We lost Bock, then Davis, then Lever, now Kelly, and Keith. That's a whole back line of good players.
Yeah, well,
that's what we do.
Yeah, the retirement of Cal Hooker and the uncertainty surrounding Michael Hurley gives Jake Kelly some room in the back line. So I think that he'll be a good addition. To tell you the truth. And you've got Jake Stringer, you got Peter Wright in the
But when you keep going, you just mentioned the name there. Can I ask a question? I'm actually going to make a fact.
Okay.
He's one of the most overrated players in AFL history. Jake Stringer.
Which one?
What do they call him?
The gun? The machine gun?
Package.
There's a name.
I've heard them compare him to players that he's not fit to lace their boots. If he was that good, Bulldogs would have kept him. He is so overrated. I know he does things every now and then, but man, the way they carry on about him, Jesus.
I mean, you said it. You touched on it there. Like, he sometimes pulls off this crazy shit, man. And so I think that's where I think BT. He loves him. If you listen to Brian Taylor commentary with this, it's the package.
Yeah, no, but like he's one of the most overrated players in the history of the game, I reckon. Like, and being overrated, I'm not saying he's bad. He's just overrated.
No, he's definitely not going to go down as a great.
Hey, we gotta.
But he's a
we got a tip of knowledge from Zakal, man. Who do you reckon's won the most wooden spoons in the existing AFL teams? He's put a fact there.
Carlton?
St Kilda, 27 wooden spoons.
Oh, really?
The most in AFL history, existing AFL teams.
Is he talking VFL as well?
Probably.
Because
it
would be.
No,
That would be.
No, it would be.
Carlton was on bottom a lot of the time in AFL for a while.
Right. They wouldn't have 27, I don't think. Carlton have won almost the most premiership. Like they were good for so long. If you're counting VFL.
Well, this game's a hard one to pick as well, boys. I reckon.
Don't forget, you got some. Essendon did pick up a round 13 pick, Ben Hobbs. So maybe fantasy team that he might be playing. Who knows?
Yeah.
But
I do like the combination of Merritt and Parrish in the Essendon midfield. Very quick.
And if you play them at Marvel Stadium, I reckon they're hard to beat because it's a
I don't know if they're going to outrun Geelong here, but
and Jordan Ridley in the back line, he's unreal.
Yeah, and what's his name? Heppel's moved to a half-back role there as well.
Yeah. No.
Well, we got Geelong as favourites here by a slight margin, $1.67 to Bulldogs $2.22. Essendon, sorry. Chris, we'll go on you. Who you reckon's winning this? It's a hard game.
Not to mention, Tyson Stengel also Geelong has been picked up by Geelong, so
he's a disgrace. We don't want to talk about him.
Yeah, but he's a good player, man. I reckon with him up forward, he'd be like an Eddie Betts. You
know what? He'll probably blitz, but he wanted to be an alcoholic at our club, and now he'll go and blitz somewhere else.
Makes me sick.
He's been reformed.
Yeah, it makes me sick.
Makes me sick, mate.
I love the guy. But,
everyone was calling him the next McLeod at one stage.
You know what? The 23 at the Crows. The 23 at the Crows has just jinxed everyone. McLeod was just this all-time great, and then we get Cameron wants to leave the club, Stengel leave the club, give it to someone else now, they'll leave the club. Like, just jinxed everyone. Can't live in McLeod's shadow. He was too good.
I'll be pissed if he does well, though. I will be pissed.
Nah, I'm with you. He makes me sick. Every time he gets the ball, he makes me sick.
Well, Eddie Betts is one of the coaches there now, so he's got him under his wing. Nothing. I'm just saying, like, Eddie Betts is a good bloke.
Eddie Betts is a nice guy. He was a good player too. Very good player.
Nice guy. But
who's winning and why, Chris? Go on.
I can't go past Geelong because
they're
a top four side, and I just think. Well, they were a top four side last year.
So top four.
You mean last year?
Top four team last year, and they're playing at the MCG. If they were playing at Marvel, I might have gone for the Bombers, but I think Geelong will just edge them out just a little bit, and it'll be a close one. Geelong.
I'm going the other way. I reckon Essendon do them. I reckon Geelong's too old. And now, like I said, Dangerfield example is a great player, but Dangerfield, I think you started seeing it last year. He's not like he's not like, let's say, Ronaldo in soccer. He's not like him. He's not indestructible. He's starting to get injuries, and I just think they're too old. I think they're too old and too slow. I think Essendon take them.
Yeah, but I'm with KP. I'll concur on all of that. I think Geelong are going to struggle this year.
Yeah,
I really do. I reckon they're going to get hampered by injuries. Duncan is already getting affected, and I think Duncan's their best player.
Yeah, I agree.
And I think they're going to struggle hard to get the ball to their forward lines quick enough.
Yeah, that's what I reckon.
I think Essendon. I reckon Essendon might do some. Give them a touch up here. I really do.
That's what I reckon. Yeah.
Well, I hope you're right because I like Essendon. And,
are you why do you like Essendon? Are you an in the closet Norwood fan?
Norwood's not.
I like the colours. I like
the colours.
No, you're talking the West Adelaide.
Essendon theme song's good, so that's.
When the bomb is slow up. I reckon if Port wasn't in the competition,
but we know you would have went for the Crows because there's evidence that you supported the Crows.
No, that wasn't evidence
John
at all,
told me,
man.
man. He said he saw you wearing scarves when you were like 21.
When? Where, John?
There was
Show me
no
where.
iPhones back then to take pictures back then. You know what I mean? Because
I got this picture.
that's like
I'm just
42
gonna
years
bring it out
ago.
one day. It's like a wild card in my thing.
Man.
It's gonna be like that picture we've got of John at the wedding,
what's next?
where he's just looking at you.
We got the Sydney. We got the Sydney Derby next, lads. GWS versus Sydney Swans at Aker. Is it Aker Stadium, Australia?
Sydney.
Aker.
I don't know what their stadium is. Is that the new?
on.
Have they changed the name of
is that
the
the new-
GWS name? It must be a new sponsor.
Maybe. It looks like GWS home game to me here.
Yeah, it must be a new oval, new sponsor.
GWS touched up Collingwood, and Sydney touched up North Melbourne in the thing, but that I wouldn't read too much into that.
This could be tough. This is a 50-50 one, I reckon.
Yeah. Well, has the GWS brought anyone in of note, or?
Well, Toby Green's out for 5 weeks.
He's a big loss. I think he's a good player for them. He makes it tick.
So you know, it's actually the Olympic Stadium. They've changed the name.
Oh. So Toby Green's out.
Yeah, because he bumped into that. I don't know if you remember last year in that final. He bumped into that.
I think Caniglio is back.
Yeah, I heard he's back.
Yeah, he's back.
He's in everyone's super coach team at a slightly 200,000.
Oh yeah. Why are you telling Chris this? Don't let him pick him.
Letting secrets live on YouTube.
Terrible.
All right, so Sydney brought in Peter Ladden from Port Adelaide. That's a big loss for us because Ladden.
You talking about GWS or Sydney?
Okay. Sydney. And they lost Jordan Dawson.
Yes, to the Crows.
We're the best.
To the Crows. They lost. He's a good player.
He's a good player.
And then George Hewitt to Carlton.
They lost a couple good players, Sydney, didn't they?
George Hewitt was a good player.
And Hewitt's good too. Hewitt's real good.
Apparently, the two players they've got to replace them are meant to be good, Blakey and McInerney.
Is that McInerney from Brisbane? Is that right?
Not sure. Justin McInerney though, but he's meant to be like half-back, electrifying, like quick. They're saying.
I mean, the Sydney Swans, they got some great youngsters, man. They got some really good players coming through. I forget the names. I'll see if I bring them up.
Oh, they got some good players in general
Sydney.
as well. Like
they got Chad Warner.
Yeah, he's really good.
They've got Braden Campbell.
Well, that McInerney got 30 touches last game, and Blakey got 28. And Warner got 27.
That McInerney got 30 touches.
Yeah, you got a few good players there, man. You got
Lloyd down back.
Mills and
listen, they've still got, if he's fit, one of the best forwards in the game. If Franklin's fit, it doesn't matter how old he is. He is like Ronaldo. His body.
I mean, Kennedy slowed down a bit, but he actually still plays pretty good. And Parker plays very well too.
Exactly.
Parker's is a solid player, Parker.
They reckon they're going to be rotating Kennedy out of the midfield and giving the youngsters more time in the midfield because he just can't go as hard.
Yeah, they got Mills as well in the midfield. They've got a good team.
And you got Ollie Florian.
They got Heaney's a good player.
Goulden, that youngster too.
I think the only one that's not the one that's like on the chopping block is Sam Reid. I think he's good down back, but they're just getting he's getting a bit old now.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, but he's still on the list, so they might use him. I don't know.
Well, they got Rampy in the back line still. He's a good player.
Rampy.
Yeah, I really rate Sydney this year. I really do.
Yeah, I like Sydney.
I think they're going to do really well.
And then over to GWS. So they didn't get anything in the trade. Only a future third round pick. That's what they got. And they did get number 3 in the draft.
But they did, like we said, they got Caniglio back.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But they didn't get any new players in, only in the draft. So they got, his name was Finn Callaghan. I'm not sure if he's going to play. But,
they're very thin in the forward line, aren't they? Especially without Toby Green now.
And with that Cameron.
And what's his name? What's his
up
name's
front.
always injured? The bloke from Fremantle that went there. What's his name? Hogan.
Oh, yeah. No.
Hogan.
Did he leave? I think he left. Did he leave?
No, I think he's
Hogan,
there, but
yeah.
he's just always injured.
There.
He got depression as well.
Yeah,
I think.
and that's what I mean. He didn't get delisted, but he just either injured or went through depression. He just didn't play, so they got him in to replace Cameron, let's say, but he doesn't play. And Green isn't Green suspended for like 5 games or something?
Yeah.
Well,
he's out for 5 games. I'm not sure.
Yeah, he's suspended for the first opening 5 rounds. For that, what was it, a bump or something?
Yeah, well, he plays really well when he's in that squad.
Yeah, so that's going to be a big miss for them.
They got a decent backline, decent midfield, but their forward line
is very thin.
Yeah,
and without Green, that's
who was without Green. Yeah, I like their midfield, Lockie Whitfield and the Kelly.
Yeah, Kelly's a gun.
I reckon Whitfield's going to drop deeper this year.
And they got Hooper as well, who's good too. And
yeah, just their forward line. I think their forward line is
weak. Even like looking at it here, Daniel. They've got their best forward line if they're all fit. They're saying is Daniels, Hogan, and Bruin. And Hogan barely plays. So like, what have they got there? I agree, it's not much.
Yeah.
Hogan should play this year more.
But he's very injury prone, even before he went there.
He is. I reckon Caniglo back fit's going to help them for sure. And there's a new player called Lockie Ash. Apparently, one to look out for. Plays in the midfield and the halfback. So
the bookies can't really split the betting here. They've got Sydney as slight favourites here.
Sydney are favourites? Okay.
Yeah.
Just slightly.
Yeah.
Where has it been played?
It seems like the GWS home ground.
Olympic Stadium.
In the GWS.
Yeah, it's huge. Yeah. It's like 85,000 capacity. And they're not going to get that there.
No. Well, KP, what do you reckon?
I just don't think GWS got enough going forward. Midfield like Caniglio will be good back. But I think Sydney got good youngsters. And if Franklin's fit, they'll kick goals. I think Sydney.
Yep.
Yeah. I think I have to agree with KP again. I think we've tipped everyone the same at the moment. Yeah, I think Sydney for me. I don't think they'll blow them out the water. I think they'll get the points. I think it'll be under 39 points. If you do a margin bet here, I reckon it's a good Sydney 1 to 39. I think all round, I'm excited about. If you're a Sydney supporter, I'd be excited with the youngsters coming through with the mixture of their mature age players, and I think they got a good shout this year for top 4. I reckon Sydney get the win, kick off with a win here.
I'm going to go with the lads on that one. Sydney for me as well. I just think they've got too much grunt compared to, especially in the forward line. And I think they're going to win that one.
They get Franklin firing this year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If he's going, he's been a bit in and out the past couple of years. I think he'll do it.
And I just think that losing Toby Green is a huge loss in the forward line, and and they're going to get exposed in that forward line, I reckon. So I think Sydney for the win, guys. Not, as you said, not a blowout, but a few goals.
Do you want me to tell you the new induction into the HFD Supercoach League?
Well,
I see a team called Bollywood FC, coached by none other than Jimmy T.
Hey, and anyone in the chat who wants to join our Supercoach team, let us know.
Is there any other teams? Is there any other teams there?
He was there. John, Wayne's World, Gagwood Dale, Short 8 Delow, that's me. XRP, that's you. Fahad, Bollywood, and Team Adelaide is there too, Andoni.
Nice. Whoever else wants to be in, let us know. We'll give you the code.
We've got 9 spots left.
I just can't wait to see how Fahad FC will go.
We're going to the Saturday night blockbuster boys at the Gabba between the Lions and Port Adelaide. Well, we've got the most biased person on this punditry show here to talk about Port Adelaide. Do you want to start telling us what Port Adelaide's done in the preseason, Mr. CC?
Do you know what? Before CC starts, do you know CC told me he wasn't going to go to a Port game this year? That's on record.
But
he told me he wasn't going to go because they were making it mandatory that you had to be double vaxxed to go, and then he reneged.
Yeah, well.
He was so upset in the time, and then he reneged. Look at him. He's just laughing.
No comment.
He never comments, this guy.
All right, so Port Adelaide, my love, my passion, the best team ever to step foot in an AFL environment.
That's a bit much, man. Well, in an AFL environment, the best team was probably the team they lost, that they beat in a grand final.
Yeah, let's not bring that up.
No, I'm saying
I'll get upset.
Port won the 04 grand, but the best team was that 3 in a row Brisbane team, I reckon. AFL, not VFL.
I reckon we could have won one that year, but we just fell short in those prelims. Let's not go there. Jeremy Finlayson is a nice addition after losing Laddam.
He's from GWS, isn't he, the Finlayson?
From GWS. He's not the best player, but he was starting there 22, I think. And then Peter Laddams went out, and we got a first-round draft pick called what's his name, Josh.
Would he play this year?
I don't know. I know you got him in your Supercoach team, but I don't know. There's a lot of players. Depends. If there's injuries, then probably.
So, the last 3 times they've played, Brisbane have beat them by 40 points or more.
I know. So this is it, guys. This is it. We're gonna get there. We're gonna beat them.
I'm not saying it's gonna happen. I'm just about that. Brisbane obviously match up well to Port.
They do, and they just play so well in Brisbane. It's just so hard to beat them over there. So we just find it really hard to beat them. And there was one, I think in 2019.
I'll tell you, I got the 3 recent fixtures. Brisbane 93-44 last year, 2020 85-48, and then 19 97-40. They smashed Port even at Adelaide Oval.
Yeah, I know. No, they're a bogey side for us at the moment, and what better way to start the season than to get a win over there? Look, we got Butters. I think he's improved.
He looks like he's going to take a step up this year, I think.
I think so, and I think, you know what? I don't think Charlie Dixon's playing, so it's gonna.
They'll be better. They'll be better without him.
Have Georgiadis, Todd Marshall. You have Finlayson up there. You have what's his name's not playing? The guy from Essendon. What's his name? The Italian bloke. Fantasia's not playing.
You know what? I'm a bit upset that you're Greek. And you're calling him Georgiadis. It's.
I'm calling him Georgiadis.
No,
I'm
killing
just
me. You're killing me.
I'm just saying it for the viewers.
Pronounce his name properly.
Georgiadis.
Well, they got the Brownlow medal winner in their team, so that's another one.
Look, I think we're going to be up there, man. I think we can. I think with Berkey still going strong, and Carl Amon, and we've got a killer tagger in Willem Drew. I just think they've got a lot going for them. But as I said, I don't know if they're gonna. I don't know how well they're going to go though, because losing to Western Bulldogs by 70 odd points in that prelim. I mean, what does that do to the psyche of a club?
So since we're reviewing a game that one of us supports, I'll put the questions to you. If Port don't win a flag this year, is Ken Hinkley's time up, in your opinion?
I think so. I think it's time. If you can't win one now,
I think it's
the window. It's the window that they sort of have their shot.
I actually think Ken Hinkley's time was up before. I think I know he got them relevant again last year, but then, like you said, getting smashed. I think if he doesn't win a flag this year, I don't know if they will, but they should. I think he's done.
The thing, look, even though Port's my nemesis team, they're not like a Geelong where they're all Yeti and they're going
that's
out
what
for
I'm
it.
saying.
They've actually got a good mixture of young and old. So
we could do some damage, but it depends. I don't know how consistent we are.
It's hard to say. It's hard to say it's Port now or never for him.
I don't think it's now or never for them. I think it's now or never for Hinkley. For Hinkley, not for Port.
Yeah,
I just think if he can't get them over the line, he's done. They'll go for Clarkson or something and try win the flag. But you know what I mean? Just go get someone that can win.
I agree with KP. I think this is now or never, and he's had his chances. I mean, in that prelim, we had Liberatore running rampant for 5 minutes, and then we had our best tagger on the bench, like in William Drew. Why would you do that? Like,
the way I see it, it's same with Crows. Like we had Don Pike, right? No one is ever going to remember the coach that is an almost man.
Yeah.
And that's what I think Ken Hinkley is at the moment. Obviously, he's still coach, but he's a nearly man.
Yeah. Well, I reckon in 2020 we had that game against Richmond. That was could have won it, and I reckon we might have beat Geelong the week after. I don't know, but it was just they missed out. It's like the Crows in 2017.
Crows
should have won that grand final,
and I love them.
No, but you know what I mean. Like it's that kind of like you just never get there. You get there, but then you can't get there.
Well, they're coming up against a fairly good Brisbane side. I must put that point out. I really fancy Brisbane. Really fancy Brisbane this year. They did beat Bulldogs in the preseason game, and Port did end up beating Crows by nearly 40 points. But we won't go there.
And my nephew's football team will beat the Crows.
But Brisbane got good players. I think Lachie Neale might get to his best this year again after an average year.
And even Rich, since he's gone back to half back line, he's been good.
And for me, Brisbane have the most exciting forward line in the game for me personally. So.
Well, they got Cameron, Danaher, like they got good players there.
Yeah, and
Zorko,
you got Bailey. It's just a really exciting forward line, and
also Cam Rayner's on his way back from injury, so that's a massive boost in the midfield, guys. Huge.
See, actually,
they're
John, the McInerney that we were talking about is not the one from Brisbane. He's still there.
No?
He's a ruckman. He's still there. Oscar McInerney.
All right, there you go.
They picked up a guy called Darcy Fort from Geelong. Do you guys know much about him?
No.
Not much about him, but that's all they picked up. And in the draft, they got pick 20, which was Kaj Lowman. So they didn't. Oh, actually, no, they got Darcy Wilmot at 16, and that's all they got. So not much in the draft, but I mean, I doubt any of those players in the draft will play.
Well, look, it's fair to say both these teams.
Good night, boys, and good luck with all your AFL teams this weekend, and stay safe.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, Nicole.
Well, yeah, I mean, look, it's going to be a tight game, this one, and I think both teams will make finals, even though Team Adelaide doesn't think Port will get in there.
Team Adelaide is crazy.
Well, I'll start it off, and we'll end up Chris last, because I think we all knows Chris is going to pick.
Cryptopolis says hello in the chat.
Cryptopolis, all right, we've got a Port supporter in the chat.
Lame.
Well, lads, I'm tipping Brisbane here. I think Brisbane are going to be too quick for Port in the first game. I don't think it's going to be a smashing. I think it'll be a close game. But look, I think it's too hard. I think Port got unlucky with the first round going to get the Gabba to play
it's a
Brisbane.
tough game.
You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that Port, aren't going to put up a good fight. I think they are going to put up a good fight. But I think Brisbane at home. The only reason, if Port was playing at home, I'd probably pick Port here. But I'm going Brisbane at home. That's the only reason. It's the home ground advantage for me.
Yeah. I'm with John. I agree. Listen, Port. I don't agree with Team Adelaide. Port are going to be good this year, but I know we said we'll touch on it later. I think Brisbane win. I actually think Brisbane go really close this year.
Yeah,
like, all the way. I think they go close, very close this year.
They look like a top four team.
I think that. I think you could. I say top 4 team. I reckon that's a banker. They could even be a top 2 team. I think they'd go close this year. Because they're just so hard to beat at the Gabba.
All right, so
like who beats them at the
is
Gabba?
this your heart? Is this your heart or head that you're going for now, CC, in this prediction? I want to know.
Look, I can't go against Port in the first round.
Even knowing that you struggle at Brisbane.
Yeah, I know, but I'm gonna say, look, I'm an optimist. So I'm gonna go Port by 1 point.
So if we were doing footy tips right now, and this was to win $1 million right now, would you tip Port? No. Okay. So we know Chris is actually tipping Brisbane.
No. Look, I'm gonna go for Port, but the $1 million, no, I wouldn't tip anyone. I couldn't. Yeah. Because you know what? If I tip them against, if I tip against them, they'll win. So that's the way it works sometimes. But no, I reckon Brisbane are going to be hard to beat. So I'm not expecting to win, but I hope we win. But I'm going to say Port just because I go for Port. But
listen, Brisbane at the Gabba is like going to be like West Coast maybe 5 or 6 years ago. You know, when no one could beat them in Western Australia. That's what Brisbane at the Gabba would be, I think. Yeah, and but then again, Port might just come and beat them. Who knows?
We haven't beat them.
I don't think they've beat them in the last 3, and it's been big wins for Brisbane. So.
Yeah.
I mean, all right. Well, moving on. Saturday was obviously some good games there. Now we're moving on to the shit games, in my opinion.
Yeah, these are terrible. They are. I know we support the Crows, but these are terrible games.
The first game is Hawthorn and North Melbourne at the MCG.
Crap.
Oh, the Hawks and North Melbourne. Oh, yeah, North Melbourne's not bad.
Well, they got the number 1 draft pick, don't they?
Both pretty much got smashed in their preseason game. I think both, North Melbourne's obviously been rebuilding for a long time, and Hawthorn has probably been rebuilding for the last couple of years.
North Melbourne's been rebuilding since Wayne Carey left them.
Well,
North.
I'm not sure who they brought in.
They got the number 1 draft pick. I know that. That's what.
Yeah, well, he's actually a good South Australian kid. That guy
he's a champion.
Is it Horn Smith or something like that? Or
what's his name?
He played for the Panthers, I think.
What's his name again? I forget his name.
Jason Horn Francis.
Apparently, he's an absolute.
They reckon he's one of the best number 1 draft picks in a while. I've heard.
The Crows really wanted him, but they couldn't match. I think North. Yeah, went to North. So.
If North doesn't have
success
to the Crows in the next 5 years,
yeah. It'd be like the boys at Gold Coast, Lukosius and.
Anyway, so North Melbourne, So
they got some good young
still got. I mean, how old's Goldstein now? He's durable, but he's old. But they still got him. They got Zeeble still. They got some older players as well, but they got some young guns coming through.
They've been collecting their high draft picks for quite a few years now.
They got Callum Coleman Jones from Richmond. That's who they got, and that's it. So, and then obviously number 1 pick, and then
they got that.
A few other picks later down.
He's a new player.
He's been there a little while. Just hasn't really got a run of games because of Goldstein. Yeah. He's a ruckman, but Goldstein's always.
Because he's so durable. That's what
Goldstein is 34 years old.
But he's durable. He is durable. He's not injury prone. He plays.
Yeah. He's a good ruckman, very good ruckman. But
I reckon some of their rookie ruckmans are going to come out.
I think it's Zach Tristan Xerri.
Zach Xerri's going to play a lot more this year.
So Goldie will go up forward a bit because they're lacking a bit up forward, I think.
Yeah, they lost Ben Brown, obviously.
So Goldie will have to go fill that void, I think, a bit.
Yeah. They're going to be cellar dwellers for a while, guys. This team, but
they never count out the Crows, man.
It's one of those games that you're probably not looking forward to watching, I guess, unless you're a fan of one of the teams, I guess.
Yeah. I think the Hawks have got more upside, I reckon.
Well,
I don't know. I think they're a bit lame.
They obviously got Tom Mitchell, who's a gun. Wingard's pretty good on his day, I guess. Sicily, they got Sicily back. He's back.
Sicily's back.
I mean, their ruckman is old.
Who's the coach?
Mitchell's is the coach.
You Sam Mitchell.
Oh, Sam Mitchell. That's Well, there you go.
But I got McAvoy still as ruckman.
Yeah, he's not bad, but he's getting
That's what
old
I mean. They got
too.
O'Meara, who's the most injury-prone player in the history of AFL.
Yeah.
Hardigan from the Crows, he's not that good.
Yeah. I think Jack's...
So they're still rocking with Gunston and stuff down forward?
I think so. Bruce, Gunston.
Yeah, and Jack Scrimshaw is a good defender. Scrimshaw's good.
I don't know. This game's going to be... I don't know.
They're not like a...
Who to pick
And
in this
does
game.
who's
They got
their ruckman
McAvoy,
for
I know that.
They lost.
Yeah, they got
Segler,
McAvoy,
they?
but they got Lynch, Max
They
Lynch
lost,
in from Collingwood to be second ruckman. But I don't know much about him. I don't know much about.
So they
Lynch.
lost. Yeah, they lost Max Lynch. Yeah, Max Lynch, and they lost Segler and O'Brien to Geelong Bulldogs. So.
Yeah.
In the draft, they do anything in the draft? Not really. Number 7, Josh Ward.
Yeah, they're saying.
He's he actually played well and he's in everyone's Supercoach team. That guy as well.
In my Supercoach team.
Oh, look, this is just like a normal. I don't know if it's going to be a big match, but
the bookies are putting Hawthorn as slight favourites here, $1.70 to $2.20.
Where is it? MCG.
MCG. If it was at Tasmania, I probably would have gone
Hawthorn straight away.
They both play in Tassie, don't they? Really?
Yeah, but Hawthorn more.
They do.
Yeah.
I think for me, guys, I'm going to go the Hawks. I'm
going to just go the Hawks as well because I just think North Melbourne don't look that good. I don't know. It's up in the air, this one. I think it could go either way.
Yeah, I think we'll go for the Hawks for this game. Just
oh my god,
it could go any way.
Listen,
boys,
if me and John somehow get every tip correct this week, it'll be next level.
Yeah. Well, we're going on to me, the biggest game of the round, lads. We got the Adelaide Crows versus the Fremantle Dockers, the Adelaide Oval boys. Come on, get your head around it.
Who was it?
If you guys have forgot the short memories, round 1 last year, Crows smashed Geelong,
and then they didn't win that game for another 17 rounds.
We're the round 1 specialist, okay? So
who's playing?
Crows versus the Dockers.
Ooh, the Dockers have got some good ins.
Well, they lost Sarah, I know that.
Yeah, they lost Sarah, yeah. They got Jordan Clark in and Will Brodie.
Well, Brodie, he's actually pretty good. I think he's from Gold Coast.
Gold Coast. Yeah. But Sarah is a big loss, man.
Fremantle actually played pretty well against us in the Adelaide, from my memory of late.
This game would be completely different if it was in Western Australia, but I think here, it's like John's saying, Crows play well round 1 and.
Well, look, we got Matty Crouch back from this year. I'm not sure is Dawson fit. I think he's got an injury cloud over Dawson now.
You know who I reckon's a better back from injury than Crouch? Miller.
Yes, he'll be good. He'll be that good release play from the halfback line.
He makes good decisions. I think Crouch gets the ball, but I don't think he does. He's like his brother. I don't really like Crouch. He does nothing with it.
Yeah. Nah. Well, you got Laird and Sloan and Crouch and what's his face? The guy from the guy from Brisbane.
Who they got?
He's lost his name. He's a big ball getter for us lately.
I don't know. You got
1 second.
Smith. Who we got there? Seedsman, Smith. We got
Keys.
Oh yeah, Keys. Yeah, Keys. Ben Keys. Yeah, Ben Keys.
Oh, he's looking at.
I mean,
so we got a good
ruck looks good. You got O'Brien, Laird, and Sloan. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I think. Look, we're building our midfield. Our forward line. We had a killer forward line a few years ago, but now it's
been torn to shreds.
It's pretty. So our back line and our forward line are, it's like C. I'd rate them in C grade, and our mid B grade.
Yeah, well, even last year, no one expected Walker started like a house on fire. No one thought he would do that.
We've got an exciting youngster in Rochelle as well, up down forward.
Yeah. I've got it in my dream team.
Yeah. And
he went pick 6.
I mean, he kicked 3 goals and he's against Port and played really well.
Yeah, giant.
Look, the Crows are going to be bleeding a lot of youngsters this year. I mean, And to be fair, Fremantle have got their share as well. I think, Fife is not the Fife we all knew, 3 years ago.
No.
But they've got a killer ruckman in Darcy, man. He has just come out of nowhere, and he is actually looking at a gun ruckman.
What is with
so that'd be
them?
a good
What is with the Western Australian teams just getting the best ruckman? Like, well, they had Cox, they had Sandilands, Natanui, like what the hell, man?
They're pretty big over there, man.
For me, there's more expectation on Fremantle this year than the Crows.
Probably.
Mm. But we'll go with Chris first on this prediction first because he's a bit more.
I'm not saying because I'm a Crows hater. I'm not saying it because I hate the Crows less than I used to.
How's that possible?
Right?
Do you know what? Can I tell you something? Can I tell you something? I'm a Crows fan. You saying that devalues you as a Port fan to me. You should hate the Crows. You should hate them.
The Crows,
that's not me saying I don't mind Liverpool anymore. Like should hate
why
them.
he says. You know why he says he doesn't hate the Crows as much anymore? Because we're just not as a threat anymore. That's
yeah. No, but it doesn't matter. Like even when Port were at their worst, going back a few years ago, I still hated them more than anything because they're my rival.
All right, I'm just.
Nah, that doesn't work. There's no nice guys in rivalries.
You want me to be bad? I'll say I hate them. All right.
You shouldn't like them, but I'm saying that as a Crows fan, you shouldn't like them.
But what's your tip and why?
I reckon Fremantle are just a
yeah, but at Adelaide Oval, you think they'll get the chocolates at Adelaide Oval?
Fremantle play pretty well. I haven't seen them play against Adelaide, but I watched a lot of Port games, and they always played well against us over there. So I think Fremantle in a close one, I reckon it'll be a good game, a really good game. I reckon these teams are fairly even, but I just reckon Fremantle are just that edge closer with their development, I reckon. So,
well, the bookies have got it pretty even here. Fremantle are slight favourites. Slight.
I think they're slight. Yeah, it's a 50-50 game. So I wouldn't be surprised if the Crows won, but I'm going to stick with Freo just.
Do you know every time you've been saying Crows things tonight, Chris, I've been clipping it, so I'm going to bring it up one day and I'm going to mix it all together. You saying I love the Crows.
I didn't.
No, but I'm just going to clip it all together and bring it up. Listen, I think if this game was in Western Australia, I would tip Fremantle. I'm tipping the Crows, pure and simply because it's at Adelaide Oval, home ground advantage. It's it's always a long trip. Whenever you got to go from either Adelaide to Western Australia, it's really hard. Either way, I'm gonna go the Crows solely on that. Listen, I've been on record saying it. I don't rate our coach. I think he's crap. I don't know where they should have went for a better coach, in my opinion. If he doesn't improve the Crows this year, like we talked about, Port, if he doesn't improve, I don't even think he should be given another year. If the Crows do not improve ladder position this year, he should be gone. That's my opinion. But I'm tipping them solely because Adelaide Oval, home, and they got to travel so far.
Yeah. Yeah, Crows for me at home. I think, they all doubted the Crows last year in round one against Geelong, and I think, we'll get the chocolates against Fremantle, boys, and I reckon we'll smash them.
I reckon out of the shit games on Sunday, that's the best one.
It's better. The Hawthorn North Melbourne's going to be terrible. That's going to be a terrible game.
All right. So me and Kerry, what is it? 8 for 8 right now?
We've picked every game the same, yeah.
All right. Well, to me, this is probably one of the shittest of all games. I hate West Coast with a passion. Yeah. This is West Coast versus the Suns, and I don't think both teams look that crash hot lately. So West Coast do have a lot of injuries.
When have Gold Coast ever looked crash hot?
Oh, mate.
I mean, they had one of the. They had one of the best players in the history of the game play for them, but they were still shit.
They made the finals once, is it? Is that right?
So.
Am I correct? So. Once?
Yeah, I think. Gold Coast has never made the finals once.
Never. I thought it was once, but they've never made it.
Don't Port hold the
never.
record for the first team to lose to Gold Coast and GWS?
I think so.
No,
I don't think.
that's
Check
wrong.
that. Can you check that? See if that's right.
I'm checking it out,
I actually
man.
think that's
a
not wrong.
Why do you bring up the past, man? We don't talk about the past.
I'm a nice guy. I'm in hindsight type of guy.
West Coast for me have got one good player now. It's Nananui.
Yeah, I agree. But is he even playing? I don't think he's playing. Is he?
I think Gap's past it now, and Shui's never there.
So West Coast, you know who West Coast got? Sam Petrescu-Seaton. I can't believe Carlton gave him up. He was a good player.
I mean, he wasn't killer, but it was all right.
No, but I reckon he was good for Carlton. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it was decent.
And they got a guy called Campbell Chesser at pick 14. So not really much in the draft either for West Coast.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, top 20 is always okay, but I mean, some of these rookies are going to be playing for West Coast because of those.
Yeah, definitely. Look out for rookies this year of West Coast.
Yeah, bloody oath. So I reckon they're going to finish with the wooden
West
spoon.
Coast,
I mean, Gold Coast beat Geelong in their preseason thing, and West Coast lost to Freo.
Okay.
Yeah, I just can't see them with that many outs. I mean, what, Tim Kelly's going to be the one just carrying the whole team?
I mean, what do they got? They got Darling and Kennedy still up forward, don't they?
Yeah, but Darlings doesn't want to take the jab, so he's not going to be playing.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Well, Kelly, they got that Kelly in the midfield who's pretty good.
They got that Rioli, don't they? Willie Rioli.
Yeah, they got Hearn and stuff who's not too bad.
But he's a bit over it, isn't he? McGovern's even getting old now, isn't he?
They got Kennedy.
Yeah. They're coming against the pretty, Gold Coast have got some young players who are building right now. I know they've been shit, Gold Coast, but Rao has had a killer pre-season, and Miller looks really good in that midfield, man.
Yeah.
They got also a king up front who I like. I think that's the king I might be thinking of.
For Gold Coast, you're talking about?
They got some
Gold Coast, yeah.
Yeah, Ben King.
And they just signed
Ben King, yeah. He's good.
They just signed a new Stewie G just signed a new contract, so they believe in
And
Stewie.
what's his name? Witz is back from ruptured. He didn't play last year, ACL or something. Like in the ruck.
Yeah. The ruck, no. And they got these killer players from here, man. Isaac Rankin.
The bookies can't split this one, boys. They've actually, it's like $1.90 each. That's how much they rate Gold Coast in West Coast to actually get something here. Am I missing something from West Coast? Are they going to be that shit this year?
I don't know. Is it just that a lot of players missing because of whatever reasons? Is it true? Is Nat Nui not playing? Is that?
Does he ever play?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I just feel like it's West Coast's in the next few years to be pretty average. You know what I mean? Fremantle to take the reins over in the West a bit as the better team.
I mean, they still, I don't know.
I reckon going by pre-season form, I think Gold Coast are going to get the chocolates here, man. I reckon they're going to win.
Yeah. Well, let's quickly whiz through this one because it's a shit game anyway. Chris, are you picking Gold Coast?
Gold Coast by about 3 goals.
He's giving goals. This bloke, he's a nice guy.
3.2.
I'm gonna go look.
To be exact.
I'm gonna go. Jeez, I don't know. I'm gonna go West Coast at home. Just because it's home.
It's a tough game, isn't it?
I don't know. I want Gold Coast to win because I hate West Coast.
I actually, you know what, in appreciation to John, so we don't pick every team the same, I'm going to say Gold Coast. Gold Coast, I reckon.
Well, that's our roundup of the.
You know what? I'm going to change my tip. I'm going to change my tip to a draw. And if that happens, I'll be buying lottery tickets.
Don't forget, Rao's coming back as well.
He looks good too.
Gold Coast, I reckon Gold Coast, man.
And you got all those. You got some good play. Gold Coast are
Have they still got the bloke from the Crows? Greenwood, is he still there?
Levi. Levi Casbolt.
No, Greenwood left. He went somewhere else, didn't he?
I'm not sure.
From Gold Coast.
Oh, wait, it says here. There's a squeeze in the midfield with Hugh Greenwood knee returning from injury.
Oh, there you go.
He's there.
I thought I just read they got Levi Casbolt.
Gold Coast?
Yeah.
The one from Carlton?
Yeah, I don't think so. Maybe they're trying to get him.
He's not that good anyway. He's a good marker, but crap kick.
Greenwood's
It says he's here. There's a squeeze in the midfield with Hugh Greenwood returning from injury. I'm on the AFL website.
Oh, okay. So,
but I don't know.
Well, yeah, no, I think they're going to be too good for him. So, I reckon, what's that guy, that South Australian guy that plays at the back line? Precious, yeah, he's a champ. He's coming to Port. He's coming to Port next year. So.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, boys. So, look, should we pick who we think is going to be the minor premiers this year?
Minor?
Is it whoever finishes top? Is that what they call it?
I'll go first. You want me to go first?
Go first.
I'm going to say Brisbane.
Yeah.
Brisbane?
Yep.
Well, if they beat Port first game, will kickstart their season really nicely, I believe, and they could easily get there. They got the squad.
I reckon Brisbane. I think they're going to go a long way this year.
It's going to be a tight year this year, I think, with a lot of teams.
There's some good teams like Brisbane, Melbourne, Bulldogs. There's some quality Port. There's some good teams.
What do you reckon, Johnny? It's a hard one.
I'm going to go to Doggies.
Doggies.
Yeah.
You know what? I just don't want it to be a year like, when there's like the top 8 is so much better quality than like the bottom half. I don't want it to be a year like that. I want it to be close. Like some years it's like the bottom teams are just so bad. I would rather it be a close competitive year.
Yeah. But there's always that one team that's
it doesn't mean one or two, okay, but sometimes it's like the bottom half are so detached from the top 8, it's like terrible. Hopefully it's a close year.
Yeah.
Is Chris gonna say Port?
No, I'm gonna say I reckon Melbourne again. I reckon they're gonna. Yeah, I reckon minor premiers.
All tips on.
I reckon. I think Melbourne, because I don't know, I just think they can do it again. So I think the premiership hangover is not real as much as it used to be back in the day. I reckon that I think they're gonna come out and really smash a few teams. So I reckon Melbourne to finish in the minor premiership.
Are we in agreement that all 3 of those teams are in the top 4 at the end of the year?
I think so. Yep.
Yeah.
So that leaves one spot for Port, Chris.
Who's taking the 4th spot then, you reckon, lads?
Oh, maybe Port if they lift their finger. I'll say Port. But
wait a second.
It's a hard one, isn't it? It's a very hard one.
Listen, I want to say there's going to be a smoky like Sydney or something, but
that's who I'm going to say.
Yeah, Sydney, I'm thinking that I either think Sydney or Port. I don't want to say Port, but they're still going to be good. Port will be around 4th to 6th, I think. Yeah. They'll be good, and I think Sydney will be. I want to go Sydney or Port. Yeah, one of them. I'm a bit torn on it.
Yeah, I'll go Sydney. So we're not far off our top 4 prediction.
Yeah, I can see Sydney sneaking into the top 4 for sure.
But then again, I could be completely.
One of those two will.
But Port will be good. Like I said, that'll be 5th to 6th, I think, 4th to 6th or something.
On the other spectrum, who's Wooden Spoon?
Well, Chris already gave his. Who'd you say, Chris? West Coast.
West Coast.
Who was?
That'd be big if West Coast become Wooden Spoon, wouldn't it? It would be big news.
Who was it last year? North Melbourne. It was North Melbourne.
It was North Melbourne. I mean, they can't keep being North. They'd have to climb up a bit, I reckon.
Yeah, I just think too many injuries, man.
Well, listen, if there's injuries and Darling is refusing to play as well, or not refusing to play, refusing to take the jab, that's a loss for them because he's a big body.
Massive.
For me, it's between 4 teams to get this wooden spoon.
All right, go.
It's between West Coast, the Crows, Hawthorn, and North.
I don't think the Crows. I think the Crows are going to finish like in the 10th to 14th.
Now you're just being nice again, man.
No, I'm not being nice. I'm just saying. I think their side's not bad.
Yeah, but
we're gonna struggle this year. I think, Chris. That's being honest.
Yeah, we are.
No, but I don't think you're as bad as like North Melbourne though.
No, I reckon we're pretty bad.
Better than that.
Well, look, North's getting all these killer draft picks. We haven't picked that well, really.
You know who I'm going to say? I'm actually going to go with one that John said. I'm going to say Hawthorn. And I reckon that will be if either one of mine or Chris's gets it, that'll be massive news. Hawthorn or West Coast.
Yeah. Look, I can't pick the Crows.
Nah,
right?
I want to pick them, but I can't.
I might go West Coast, man.
West Coast.
I think they're in trouble, man. I think they're in trouble.
Yeah, but
I think they're going to have that crap year.
Do you know what the thing is? Like when you say, "Oh, they're in trouble," right? Like finishing bottom in the AFL you're not in trouble. It's not even bad. You get a prize. You get a prize for it. It's not like in soccer you get. It's not like in soccer you get relegated where you're actually in trouble. They get a prize.
Yeah,
you get rewarded for finishing bottom.
Yeah. You like that system, KP?
I think clubs should be independently owned and be able to, not owned by the AFL and like soccer teams and be able to whoever's, Collingwood generate their own money. Why can't they use it? Crows, even Port now have got a big fan base. They generate their own money. Why can't that be to their advantage? Why should it be?
Yeah, I know, but like a club like GWS or
that's the AFL's fault for bringing a club in that probably shouldn't even be in the competition because they don't care about AFL over there. Do you know what I mean? They've brought these teams in, like even Brisbane. They don't care about AFL over there. Jonathan Brown, I've heard it on record say, AFL was on the front page in Brisbane 3 times in my life, and he goes that was 3 premierships. He goes it's on the back page every other time because they don't care about it. So how is that sustainable? Yeah. The AFL just keep giving them money. Oh, that's ridiculous. I know, but it's silly. I don't agree with that. Have your competition of the teams that, is... Where's the Tasmania team? They actually like football there.
Yeah, no, but don't you find that, it doesn't matter how much money you have, it's all fair? Like, a shit team can come up and win. It's not all fair, though,
because then there wouldn't be team... look, it's like teams, they go through a cycle.
Yeah, I know. I know. What I'm saying is you're not going to get outbidded by a team like, say, for instance, GWS has got, nothing, or Gold Coast hasn't got much money, where Collingwood's got so much money.
But the counter argument to that is Gold Coast got given money by the AFL, the most money in the comp. They blew it all on Brown, who was crap. I mean, they got Ablett, but they blew it all on that, and they still got the wooden spoon. They got given all these number 1 draft picks when they first come in the comp. What year did they come in? I don't off the top of my head. 2011. They got given how many number 1 draft picks, and they still have never made the finals. So obviously that system didn't work either. They got given money and draft picks, and they're still crap. It comes down to administration, recruitment, coaches. They've had crap coaches. When Brisbane come in, what they do, they gave them money. They went and got Lee Matthews. They won 3 flags.
Yeah, it's a.
The other thing that I think should change in that, the thing that I think needs to change the most in the AFL is they should just all play each other twice. And then it will be fair.
Yeah, I agree.
The table at the end of the year will be fair.
Yeah, it would.
Like, why does North Melbourne? Imagine North Melbourne are going to play Brisbane twice this year. How's that fair?
And Collingwood get to play at home
every
majority
game
of the year.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Unless they go to Western Australia or Adelaide, you should have to play everyone twice. And then...
And the grand final's normally in Melbourne, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
So...
Yeah, that's not fair.
It's true.
Fair.
Yeah,
No, it's very unfair.
That I think needs to change more than anything. That system.
Well, I reckon in 2017, if the Crows played here, I reckon you guys would have won.
100%.
Maybe,
I agree.
maybe.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, boys, we'll go Coleman medal. What are you guys thinking?
Oh, Coleman
medal.
I reckon it's very hard to pick one this year.
Well, last year McKay won it.
Yeah, Coleman. That's out of nowhere.
Shit. I'm gonna say
Mackay, what was his name?
He's gonna be fit this year. I would say Cameron.
Yeah.
Yep. You know, Franklin's a shout if he's fit, but he'll miss games because of his age. I'm gonna say Cameron.
Yeah.
It's a good pick.
Well, I'm gonna stick with the Bulldogs theme and go Bruce. Is he playing?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, he's playing.
It's going to be a big year from Bruce.
All I know, someone's got a UFO taking off. It sounds killer.
Is it?
I reckon.
There's a kettle going on.
That's the best. It sounds like we're going to space. Sounds like we're going to space. It's next level. No, it's done now.
Is that me?
No.
I reckon, for me, Ben Brown.
Ben Brown. 3 good picks, I think. I think
it's
3. Yeah. Ben Brown, I think Brown, that's a good pick.
All right, what about Brownlow this year, lads?
Brownlow.
You know who I'm sticking? I'm sticking with a theme here, so I think you know where I'm going.
I'm going Lockie Neal.
Lockie Neal?
Yeah, I reckon.
Brownlow.
I'm going Montempelli for me. Montempelli.
Oh, man, this is a hard one. Brownlow. I might go with Chris, Neil. I think Neil might get another one.
Well, look, if Neil gets back to his best, he'll be hard to
That'd
beat.
be his second, won't it? I reckon he gets another one, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Montempelli just missed out to Ollie Wines last year.
And they're going to be good this year.
Yeah, I thought Montempelli was going to win that one. I thought he was going to win. But Ollie had a lot of good games. Like every game he played was best.
Good old Ollie Winer.
Yeah, he's had a killer season. But yeah.
There you go, man. That's the HFD
Listen,
prediction.
if any one of us gets all of these correct, you're got to be buying lottery. If any one of us gets the minor premiership, the Coleman and the Brownlow correct, that's crazy.
We haven't said the premiership yet. Who's winning the flag?
Who's winning the flag? The doggies for me.
I'm sticking.
I'm going the doggies all the way.
I'm sticking with a theme. I'm going to say Brisbane. I said mine. I think they'll win it. I think they're going to win it. Brisbane premiership. I'm going to say that's what I'll say. There you go. Brisbane premiership, minor premiership, Brownlow, and then Lockie Neal take the Norm Smith as well.
I'm going to be a bit biased, and Port's going to come out and do it for Hinkley.
I think Port will come 7th, maybe just get in the 8th.
I think they're 4th to 6th.
I hope you're wrong. Okay.
Well, if Port, so let's just say we are. I'm being legit question now, Chris. We asked you about Hinkley if they don't win the flag. If Port somehow don't make the finals, he's definitely done, right? Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Oh, I reckon if Koshi doesn't do it,
then I'll counter question to you, John. What's a failure for Knicks this year?
But I don't think there's much expectation besides
it doesn't matter
getting
expectation,
the best
but what's a failure?
Well, I don't think position is going to be. He's going to be judged on position. He's going to be judged on effort, and we're not getting smashed every week. So if our boys are competitive and they're progressing as a squad, and the youngsters are looking like they're getting better, he'll get a pass. But if they're getting smashed by 10 goals every week and it's just not happening, it's going to be a failure.
Yeah, I agree.
Because they just don't have the players, man. Like we don't have any stars, man. If you look through it, who's our stars really?
I mean, they're getting old. Sloan was a good champion, but that's 2-3 years ago.
Yeah, to say Sloan's our star, like Laird's probably our best player, really.
Sloan's getting old.
It's hard to go through it. Walker's old now, and Yeah.
Walker needs to go start making Walker Texas Ranger videos, man. He's done.
We're in a big rebuild, and that's all we're doing. So as long as we're competitive, that's all we need to get.
So then, if the Crows surprise you and make the 8,
I believe he has to win at least 7 games this year. If he wins 7, it's been a decent year.
So you're giving him. See, that's saying that our expectations are so low. You're saying less than 50%.
Yeah.
And Chris is talking premierships.
Well, Chris, what would your expectations? What would your expectations be for the Crows if you're a Crow, Chris?
I told you before. I reckon 10th to 14th.
Well, to become 10th, you'd have to win maybe 9 games.
8 or 9, yeah.
Yeah, I think they can
win 9.
They can win if they can beat Freo at home and start strong in the start of the year. Then there's
Well, we beat Geelong at the start of last year, and we still 14th.
Yeah.
And Geelong got to the semi-finals? I can't remember.
Well, I'll tell you, you know what? The Crows could actually start okay because round 2, the Crows have got Collingwood.
Yeah, there you go. If we get 2 from 2, here we're talking, aren't we?
And then it's the showdown. Round 3's showdown. So
you never know in showdowns these days. You never know.
They'll smash.
No, you don't. And last year, you guys. Last year I thought you were going to smash it, and it was close. Of course, man, it was.
He smashed us.
It was close. But yeah, guys, I'm excited about the footy. It's going to be fun. Were you guys watching it tomorrow?
Yeah, I'll probably have it on in the background, looking after the kid.
I'll try. Got to see if the podcast goes live or not. I got to see if George is coming or not, but I should watch it. And
also, Johnny, do you want to plug that number out for our Supercoach?
Yes, Supercoach. I don't know, can we write it down? Or?
Can put it in the chat, but I don't.
Just put it in the chat.
Or you can put it in the description later, maybe. I don't know. I'm not sure. Yeah, the chat. I think all the viewers have left now, man.
That's all right. We're still here. That's all right.
I can't really tell. It's saying in the studio. It's like giving weird numbers all the time.
It's saying 772. It's 772756.
77256.
No, 772756.
2756. Okay.
What we'll do, we'll put out a pinned comment on this one a bit later, and then
7727. All right, I'll put it in the live chat, and then yeah.
So did Jim Sarnab make a team?
Yeah, Bollywood FC.
He did.
That's the best.
So
I said to Dimini to play, but he says it's too stressful.
He said to me that it's distracting.
That wraps it up, lads. That's the tips for the week and everything, man.
That's next level.
I reckon it was a great. I had a good fun.
Yeah, that was fun. That was good talking footy.
That was next level.
Yeah, KP actually knows his football, man. I was surprised. He was talking like I got nothing to say.
I've told you so many times that I know my football. I just don't think the game is as good as it used to be. I can't sit down now unless I'm betting on it and watch anyone but my team.
Yeah.
Because I just don't think the game is as good. TK says we are the Navy Blues, man, in the chat.
Well, the Blues got a good chance this year, TK. They got a good chance. I reckon they're going to win their opening game.
Yeah, I would think so, yeah.
Except for CC. CC doesn't believe so.
Yeah, CC's gone playing. Who were they playing? Collingwood. Did you just pick Collingwood because they got the same colours as Port? Or?
No, it wasn't Collingwood. It wasn't.
Who are they playing? Who are Carlton playing?
It was
Richmond. That's right.
Richmond.
Yeah,
Richmond. I put Carlton there.
Who picked Richmond?
Nah, you did pick.
We all picked Carlton.
Oh, we may have all picked Carlton.
I picked Carlton.
Yeah.
I reckon you picked Richmond, Chris.
I thought he picked Richmond too.
I'm gonna go past.
I'm gonna go back to the chat. I bet you picked Richmond, and then I'm gonna clip it. Hatem Sharifi says Vom Red, man, so we'll get rid of that. He's good.
Vom Red's wild.
Vom Red's on this channel, please. Thank you. We get these stupid.
Well, we're gonna do watch-alongs if we can now and then, guys, and that'll be fun.
And we'll try to come back next week if we can and do like a wrap up of the round and maybe a preview of the next round.
Well, we're going to recap at the end of the season these predictions as well.
Oh my god,
so...
they're on record, so we can go back and actually get them.
They are. But no, it was great, guys. I can't wait to do it again. This is my first time I've ever done a Skype session.
You look
thing,
good
so
with that sparkle in your eye, man.
It was good. Skype, we can do. I know we can use Zoom as well if you guys want.
You got the cross.
Whatever.
I'm just saying we can use Zoom as well if you want. I don't know if it's any same shit.
Yeah. But no, thanks for coming, guys. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, guys. Check out our merch. Check out everything. We love you guys.
Super Coach League.
I've put the code in there. Yeah, have a look at that. If anyone's there, join it. It's good.
And
the Crows. What are you talking about? Put it up, John. Put it up. That'll be the last thing everyone sees. See you later.
All right, guys. Have a good one, guys.